Sometimes you just have to switch up things. This week, it's been my birthday week, so I changed up the show a little bit. And guess what? This is going to be no different. Episode 23 will be a little change made.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just going to keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. As I said, it's my birthday week, so I didn't record on the normal Tuesdays that I usually do, but guess what? Still recording, still giving you a show. Why? Because you people listen and I appreciate it. So here, you want to hear my opinion, so let's get started. We're going to start with our top rope of the week, and that is for both shows. I know episode 22 didn't really have a top rope, but tapped out. It should have, because it was Monday Night Raw. But guess what? We're going to get into our top rope.
Going up to the top rope.
It's time for this week's Top Rope segment of the week.
So the top rope this week is AJ Styles, folks. AJ Styles, I wondered, how was he going to clap back at Samoa Joe? Joe went out there and, basically got real personal. And AJ Styles, you could see it in his face. He was not happy. He said within seconds that Joe ruined a friendship that he dated back to when they were, on the indie circuit, just trying to make it. And, clearly he didn't appreciate that. I mean, Joe went as far as to talk about AJ Styles' wife and children. He said, "You met my wife. You met my kids." So it just goes to show you how personal this is going to get. And I'm excited. I wish this match would close the show. This is going to be one of the more exciting matches. Wouldn't be surprised if they stole the show. AJ Styles is on a different level. But now you got the antagonist, Samoa Joe, a guy who looks like he could be the one to end AJ Styles' streak. So I'm excited to see where this goes, folks. I'm interested to know, where is AJ Styles going to lose his cool, and will that cause him to lose his WWE Championship? Let me know. Tweet me at Brian H. Waters. Let me know what you think. Speaking of other personal stuff, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, started kind of be giving that half apology, talking about, I didn't mean to rain on your parade, but I wanted to take, she still wants the belt. And they assured that they're not going to be Bailey and Sasha. But I'm not buying it. I just don't see this. Isn't going to last too long. Yeah, they looked to be on one page yesterday as they defeated the Iconic duo, or the Iconics, but I just don't see Becky Lynch and Charlotte staying on the same side. Something has to happen. The two worlds are going to collide. Wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte walked away SummerSlam as the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and Becky had to wait and still go against Charlotte. So I want to know, I'll get more into that as I do a predictions episode, but I really like the way this is going. It's different. Clearly the two are good friends, the whole 4 horsewomen thing, but the title is on the line, and now it's going to get personal. I also don't want to see, and I don't think she will, but I don't want to see Carmella get lost in the shuffle. And then the match that I'm looking forward to the most, 2 years in the making, The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, The Miz, he's taking a lot of shots. He feels he's better than Daniel Bryan. He feels that, guess what? I went out there and performed. I went out there and I main evented WrestleMania, and I didn't have to go through the indie circuit, which I'm one of the people, I don't mind them taking the shots at the indies. We all know the indies are the alpha and omega of professional wrestling, and we know that everybody doesn't have to go that route, but sometimes it's just fun when people do that. Maybe it's just me, but I don't hate it. But Daniel Bryan, this is gonna be real personal. Remember, The Miz got the SmackDown because Daniel Bryan's last move as general manager was bringing The Miz so he could beat him up. So I'm wondering, as we get into these next couple of weeks, will Daniel Bryan's emotions get the best of him, and to the point and that we see him, I don't want to say get distracted, But will his emotions get the best of him, that maybe the Miz can pull something up his sleeve that will give him an advantage going into the match? Only time will tell. So I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to let you hear from one of my friends. So go and take a quick break.
What's up, you guys? This is Brianna Dahlquist, the founder and CEO of Not For Sale ATL. Our mission is to end human trafficking in the Atlanta area. You can join our movement by purchasing a t-shirt at notforsaleatl.com, where 20% of all proceeds will go to Crossroad Ministries. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at notforsaleatl. Now back to Break It Down with Brian H., brought to you by the Wrestling Realm.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So how about Vega and Lana? So Zelina Vega and Lana have been, going at each other's throats. And this is, like I said last week, the two managers having an issue with each other. And now, it's taking place in the ring. Lana's gotten better. If you haven't been paying attention, Lana's gotten a lot better than what she was a year ago. I'm a fan of hers, but I'm really a fan of Zelina Vega. Obviously, she's the vet in this if you want to go off kayfabe, but looking at it, she picked up another win. This time we saw Aiden English. Once again, he was told to stay back, but he was just doing what a good friend would do. He saw Rusev in trouble, and he tried to, help, but that led to Lana getting in the way and getting hit, and she would get pinned 1, 2, 3. So what's going to happen? I don't want to see the Aiden English leave Rusev. I just don't know what happens with English afterwards. I can't see it. I can see him getting pushed to the back burner. Rusev has enough charisma where he can stand on his own. Lana has enough charisma where she can stand on her own. But I just don't think Aiden English does. So like I said, I really don't want to see that happen, but it looks like it will. But let's move on. Tag team division. We got number 1 contenders for the tag team titles. The New Day, after they defeated the Bar in the finals, will take on the Bludgeon Brothers. First of all, and I'm going to just let you in on the Wrestling Realm conversation, talking to the real Dwayne Allen, and he said it best. The New Day and the Bar put on a clinic of tag team wrestling, and he said it was just one of those matches, it just shows that the WWE and Vince McMahon, per se, does care about tag team wrestling. It's just, I'm enjoying it, and I would love to see the New Day defeat the Bludgeon Brothers. This time, I'm not, the title run has been cool. It's been dominating, obviously, but they don't need to dominate forever, because I don't see anybody else kind of being on that same perceived level. So I would like to see the belts come off of them. But I think the New Day can outsmart them. They are the longest reigning tag team champions. And then RKO, Randy Orton. So he finally gives another explanation on why he did what he did. And he wants people to know, address him as RKO. Randy Orton will be putting on some of his best work from here on out, as long as he stays in this role. I said this time and time again that I'm always a bigger fan of heel Randy Orton than face Randy Orton. Face Randy Orton just, it just doesn't, I understand kids liked him, but it's just not the same. Heel Randy Orton's sadistic, and he just doesn't care. So let me go into the tapped out before I get into From the Realm and wrap this up. So here's the tapped out.
Here's our tapped out segment of the week.
So, tapped out this week are Raw SummerSlam matches. Raw SummerSlam matches, have been a rematch of Extreme Rules. And to me, the pay-per-view that comes after SummerSlam should be a rematch of SummerSlam matches if you want to go that route. SummerSlam, like I said before, you're supposed to build towards SummerSlam. We getting Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler again. We're getting Finn Balor and Baron Corbin again. Those are two matches right there that just makes no sense to me. Now, Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm not playing bias towards SmackDown, but Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura makes sense because of the way it ended. But, these other matches, man, just why? So that's my tapped out this week. I'm going to go ahead and go from the realm. And now for our From the Realm segment, where I answer your questions from the Facebook fan page, the Facebook group page, and the Twitter at Wrestling Realm. So, From the Realm this week, we're at 4 questions, so I answered Jaleesa's question on the Raw recap, episode 22. I'm going to answer. This week, they all come from the Shark. And first question, how much longer do you see this Constable thing with Baron Corbin going? I don't have an expiration date for it. It's fine. He's entertaining. I never thought I would say that. I said on episode 22, I just want to see him get beat up every week. So I'd rather want to see him get beat up than not want to see him there. So I'm fine with that. Am I the only one not impressed with Scarlett Bordeaux on TNA? She just seems like a hybrid of Sunny and Sable. Well, to be fair, I haven't watched much of her, but I kind of see where they're going with this. It's cool. I know we're in a different era of women's wrestling, but why not? It gives her something to do. There's no denying that she's beautiful. There are still a fan base out there for people who want to look at beautiful women in the ring, so that's not concerned about the women's wrestling. That might be an unpopular statement, but let's be real. We got to be real with ourselves. I'm not a part of the fan base, but there is, so why not? How would you rank the War Raiders, formerly as War Machine, on NXT thus far? It's been cool, slow but surely. Everything doesn't need to be rushed. I know we're in a microwave society, but it's fine by me. There's no point in rushing it. I wouldn't want to see them on a main roster anytime soon. We'll get them on. We'll get the straps on them. I'm pretty sure. And last but not least, is there a solution for Finn Balor? I'm starting to think he was better off not being in WWE. There is a solution. I just don't know which way they're going with it. I mean, obviously, he was the first Universal Champion. That was somebody we wanted to see kind of get back in that range. But we have to remember, when he became Universal Champion, we didn't have nothing to judge him against because he won the title just after a couple months on being on the main roster. So we didn't know what we were going to get. Now we have a whole year of Finn. Could this have been what he was going to be all along? Maybe if they didn't give him the title, who knows? But I think that in due time, he'll be back in that main event scene. I don't hate him. I just the solution, then he's got the Balor Club for everyone going, and we know who that's catered to, the LGBT community, and they love it. He's making people feel comfortable. So I know people want to see him as Prince Devitt, but this is the WWE, it's the big leagues, and we got to remember, these people are out wrestling every week, way more than they are when they're on the indies. So, but that's going to be it, folks. Like I said, a quick show here, wrapping this up. Like I said, I'm out and about. If I wanted to drop the podcast, I want to thank everybody for their birthday wishes. Make sure you tune in each and every week. Go visit YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed on iTunes, and if you could, drop me a 5-star rating. Same with Podbean, same with Stitcher, same with Spotify. Until the next time, folks, so long, everybody.